accordingly, in a way that is suitable for the situation. If the employment status changes, the tax code will be adjusted accordingly. Indeed. Without any question, undeniably. Indeed, it could be the worst environmental disaster of this century. Rather than, to a significant extent or degree. She has been dealt with psychological rather than physiological issues. Notably, especially or most importantly, the school had many drawbacks, most notably its location and management. In contrast, when compared to another, Japanese life expectancy has expanded a lot, while ours, in contrast, has declined. Meanwhile, in the intervening period of time, they have set another deadline, and meanwhile, the problem is getting worse. Eventually, in the end, especially after a long delay, his constant campaigning eventually got him the presidential nomination. Otherwise, in another manner, differently, the trial helps identify the exact problem that might otherwise go unnoticed. Comparatively, as compared to something else, human beings are comparatively new creatures on the surface of the earth. Therefore, as a result of something, they were unable to get funding and therefore had to abandon the project. Contrarily, something that is opposite, environmental threats include not only acid rain but also, contrarily, lack of rainfall. Equally, fairly and in the same manner, the rules have now been made equally applicable to employees and employers. Furthermore, introducing additional point. He always arrives on time. Furthermore, his performance is always excellent. Henceforth. From this time into the future. The corporation has gone bankrupt. Henceforth, all operations will cease. However, despite whatever manner or degree, some people disagree with this theory, however, as it's never been proven. In fact, thing that is known to be true. The weekend was really disappointing. In fact, it just rained all the time. Incidentally, in a way that is not planned. In the past, the diagnosis has usually been made incidentally at autopsy or surgery. Regardless, despite the prevailing circumstances, the law requires equal treatment for all, regardless of race, religion, or sex. Just as, in the same way as, most animals develop lifelong relationships with their offspring, just as we do. Additionally, introduce a new fact or argument. You can pay bills over the internet. Additionally, you can check your balance. Moreover, in addition to what has been said, the whole investigation was badly reported. Moreover, it was inaccurate. Namely, to be more exact about something. One group of people seems to be forgotten in society, namely pensioners. On the other hand, introduce a contrasting point of view. My husband likes action movies. I, on the other hand, like all kinds. Besides, in addition to, or apart from, She doesn't like swimming. Besides, she doesn't even have a swimming suit. Conversely, in an opposite way. The birth rate is accompanied by mortality. Conversely, when one is low, so is the other. Uniquely, which is not like anything else. The research shows that kids are uniquely vulnerable at different stages of life. Further, additional to what already exists, the government's monetary policies have further depressed living standards. Consequently, to do with cause and effect. He failed his exams and was consequently unable to start his studies at college. Still, when the situation continues to exist, even when my father was 60, he still enjoyed playing tennis. Nevertheless, despite the fact or idea just mentioned, we knew a lot about the topic already, but her talk was interesting nevertheless. Subsequently, happening after something else. The criminal was arrested and subsequently sentenced to 15 years imprisonment. Thereafter, from a particular point in time, Mike was born in France. Thereafter his family moved to the United States. Thus, in this, or that manner, or way, some people are more skilled and experienced and thus better paid than others. Again, on another occasion, we assure you that an unexpected error like this will never happen again. As a result, because of something that has done, many rivers are facing ecological catastrophes as a result of pollution. Finally, At the end of a long wait. An agreement was finally reached after very lengthy discussions. Hence. As a consequence, for this reason. Suddenly my arms hurt when exercising, hence, I stopped exercising immediately. In addition, as an extra piece of information, students choose from optional subjects in addition to the main curriculum. Instead, as an alternative or substitute, the government wants more people to use public transport instead of private cars. Likewise, in a like manner, similarly, he voted for social change and, likewise, he expected his colleagues to do. Anyway, not considering other facts, it makes no difference what we say, he is going to do what he wants anyway. Certainly. Something is definitely true. Certainly, this incident could happen, although the odds are remote. Yet, at the present time, now, the new tenants complained about the noise yet continue to play their music loudly. Nonetheless, despite what has just been said, the story is too long but, nonetheless, informative and entertaining. In comparison, when compared with another, we realize that our economic problems are insignificant in comparison. Undoubtedly. Definitely, without any doubt. The poverty figures were undoubtedly an embarrassment to the government. Then, at a particular time in the past or future, people usually do first, think afterward, and then repent forever. Next. Following in the specified order. There was a loud noise, and I can't remember what happened next. Similarly. Similarity between two facts, or events. Husband and wife were similarly successful in their selected careers.